All right. We are joined by first-timer here to Wyoming, Lee, from the 1968 Tigers, a super utility man before that term even really came into play, Tom Matchick. Tom, welcome to Wyoming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Beautiful town up here.
Where do you live right now,
I live
Tom?
in Toledo, Ohio right now. Grew up in Pennsylvania.
Okay. So this northerly weather here is very familiar to you.
This is nicer weather than back home where I grew up.
There you go. What are you doing these days, Tom?
I'm still with an aerial photography company. We do about 8 states, do the aerial pictures of homes, farms, businesses.
Yep.
Still going strong.
How did you get hooked up into this? With through Denny? Is that how this came about?
Oh, God, here we go with Denny. Denny called me and said, Tom, I have a place for you to go. And I said, what is it, about a half hour from home? But anyways, Denny set it up, and Ty was really nice, and I called Ty, and I'm here.
Well, we're welcome.
Michigan was my favorite place, the Michigan people. I got traded in 70. I went with Boston, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Baltimore, but I'll tell you what, out of all the people that you really loved to play at one place was Michigan.
Yep.
The people here.
Yep. Absolutely. And that 68 team, you guys just missed out on the pennant in 67 by a game, I
Last
believe.
day.
Yep, exactly. And the 68 team, you started off, everything just seemed to really gel in spring training, and you just expected to be that, or did that just kind of come about?
Yeah, Freehand took charge of the guys. Bill took charge of the guys and says, hey, we got to really put our butts to work, and we want to go all the way this time. And it just seemed like everything gelled for us. The pitching, the hitting, everything just gelled, the chemistry.
Yeah.
That's how you have to win.
Exactly.
You got to have some chemistry on the club, and you got to get some breaks.
Yep. Now, I find it interesting, as I was doing some background check, you did not even play baseball in high school, though.
No, I played basketball and football, and I played with my dad's team, a semi-pro team. I played with the men when I was 15.
Oh, wow. So how did you get found then from that point of view to head into the baseball career?
I went and played a little Babe Ruth.
Okay.
We went to Stockton, California in the World Series, had some other tryouts, and it come down to, there were some other clubs interested in me, but I signed with the Cardinals.
Yep.
And then Yankees I could have signed with too.
Okay.
Then my first year, the Tigers drafted me from the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. And that's how I wound up in Detroit.
There you go. 68. Hard to believe it's coming up on 50 years this next year.
You got to remind me, don't you?
You were 23-year-old, if I remember correct.
I just turned 74.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, that had to be quite the experience. That whole season.
That whole season, I don't know what it was, 40 ball games. We were tied behind, 7th inning, came back. If you would have walked in our clubhouse when we were down 3-1 in the World Series, you would have thought we were up 3-1.
Really?
Yeah, the guys, their confidence was just way up.
And you were going up against an unbelievable pitcher.
Bob Gibson, he struck out 17. I pinch hit against him the first game. Thank God he didn't strike me out, though. But I think he popped 17 of us that game. He was tough. I mean, he was a great pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he was a great pitcher.
Absolutely was.
And it was a thrill, considering the riots in 67.
Yep.
It seems like it brought everybody to the ballpark in 68. And the whole town, everybody start just rooting for the Tigers. And I think it really helped.
Yep. And I admire people. I mean, I admire all Major League Baseball players to begin with. But somebody in your position that you knew you weren't going to be playing every single day. You didn't expect to see your name on the lineup card when you walked in, but you had to be prepared day in and day out for that season.
Yeah, because I didn't know if I eventually would play a little bit of first, second, third, short. I didn't do that. My only regret is when I went to the big leagues, when I was at Toledo, I was 162 pounds. I used a 33-inch bat, 30 ounce. When I went up to the Tigers, Wally Moses, our batting coach, gave me a different bat.
Okay.
He says, we want you to use a 34-inch, 34-ounce and just choke up and try to slap the ball around.
Quite the adjustment.
I think I would have done a lot better if I didn't listen to him.
Yep.
But I didn't want to be on a bus to Toledo the next day again. So I listened to what they
Been there, didn't want to go back. Huh?
Yeah. I listened to what they wanted me to do.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah, we had a great Mayo, Johnny Sane, I mean, I could tell some stories. You probably don't have a lot of time for it here, though, but Mel was funny.
Yeah, absolutely, I bet. But you did hit a big home run that season. I've been doing a lot of reading about against Baltimore.
Yeah.
Bottom of the ninth and 2-run home run to win a ball game.
Yeah.
That had to be an unbelievable. I've read many stories on it saying that was kind of like a turning point that just kind of propelled
No, they
the
were right
Tigers.
on our tail, a game or
Exactly.
two away. And it was the ninth inning, and Mo Dabrowski was there. Freehand was on first, 2 outs, and he threw me a 3-2 slider, and I hit it out.
Yep.
I beat Baltimore that year also in Baltimore with a pinch hit double.
Yep.
I beat him another time in
I
Baltimore,
bet they didn't
too.
care to see Tommy Matchick
No,
coming up to home plate
Earl
anymore.
Weaver and I played for Earl
Okay.
for a little bit in the Eastern Elmira.
Okay.
I went there and played for Earl a little bit before he got up to the majors
Okay.
as a manager.
All right.
But everybody did their job. I mean, we had, no matter who we put in, everybody did a great job. It took the whole team to get to the World Series and win it.
Yep.
It wasn't one individual, 2 individuals. You know, Mickey, 3-game winner in the World Series for us.
Absolutely.
I like when he hit the home run. He ran 15 feet by first base. Then Wally Moses told him, Mickey, it's a home run. He runs back and touches first base and then goes around. That was funny. I wish they would have recorded that somewhere.
Oh, that's
that
good.
was
I
funny.
had never
when
heard
Mickey,
that one
Oh,
before.
yeah, Mickey ran right by first base. I wish I'd get a copy of that thing.
And you said just before we started the interview that you made a promise to that 68 team. What was that?
I'd be the last one standing.
There you go. There you go. I know we've lost a few
Oh,
of them
man,
already.
we've lost them with Gates and everybody else. And I think of the card games we used to have with Gates and a bunch of the guys and Northrup, the Fox, and Storm and Norman. I mean, Storman was the funniest guy in the club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, him and Al were like this. Him and
Okay.
K-Line. Al still misses him to this day, I bet.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's just, time catches up with everybody.
Absolutely. Do you keep in touch with them, Tom?
We have some reunions. I
Okay.
keep in touch with John Ward. My roommate was Fred Lasher.
Oh, yeah.
He threw from down under.
Yep.
Nobody liked to hit against him. He got Mail's doghouse one day, and I think that was the last he pitched.
Never to be seen again. Huh?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't know. I was telling the guys yesterday, where the old English D is on the uniform?
Sure.
Well, Mayo had an inside pocket. He kept a little flask in there. About every third inning, him and Wally would go in the tunnel lane and take a sip. The one day, me and Gates Brown is sitting on a bench, and Mayo's over in a corner sleeping. That was his favorite spot, sleeping. So Earl was pitching that day, Wilson, and he went over, and me, Comer, and Gates was on the bench, and he's going to go wake up Mayo. We said, oh, boy, this is going to be good. So he goes over and shakes up Mayo, and Mayo talks. Mayo talk. Well, he woke up. What do you want, John? John said, we got to get Wilson out of there. Who do you want me to bring in? Mayo said, well, bring in Timmerman. He said, I liked him, Mayo, but you sent him to Toledo 4 days ago. we just cracked up on the bench.
Man, I bet.
Another time, where the phone is from the dugout to the bullpen, we saw Johnny go over there, pick it up. Mayo wanted him to warm somebody up. He did it about 5 times, and then Mayo yelled at him, John, I told you to get somebody up. John said, I can't, Mayo, the line's busy. We had an open line there. The guys would be on the phone calling their girlfriends or their wife or calling the clubhouse guy to bring some hot dogs down the bullpen. Next day, that line was out of there, man. I said, there'll never be another team like that one. I mean, I could stay here for an hour and tell stuff that's
imagine.
happened. That's good stuff. You
Absolutely
know what I mean?
so.
I don't think they have the fun today.
Right.
You know?
What do you think of the game today as compared to back then, Tom?
I think your guys are bigger, a little bigger, stronger. They got the weight rooms now, which we never had. Don't play with weights.
Yep.
They got supplements. I won't go into the other thing,
Right.
the steroid issue and
absolutely.
that stuff. But they want all pitchers throwing 99. Heck, our guys would turn that around.
Yeah.
Willie, them guys would love to see a 98, 90 mile an hour fastball right there.
Yep.
But I think the hardest pitchers to always hit was guys like we hated to see Louie Teon pitch. He had 4 pitches, came here, motion,
Sure.
A guy that's just throwing hard, fastball's his pitch, and he's not getting a slider over it. Well, you're looking for a fastball. But the game has changed, and now they're talking about hitting under the baseball,
Yep.
hitting a lot of fly balls,
Getting
and
the
if you
lift.
strike out 3 to 5 times and hit a home run, you're in.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where ours were try to make contact and get on base.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
that, the game has changed a little bit in that aspect of
Yep.
it. And pitchers going 5 innings, making $25 million, guys. I need to tell you what our guys are, McLean or Lowlich, and they would have got. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that conversation with Denny in past interviews, the amount that he made when he won his 31 games that year. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, I think Mickey pitched over 300 innings one year.
It was. In 68, he did 331 innings.
331 innings.
Yeah.
I believe that Mickey Lowlich should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
He won 220, 219 games. I wish somebody would check his record on games he lost by 1 run. I bet you it's 55 to 60 games by 1 run that he lost. We'd score 6.4 for Denny. We averaged it. Mickey, we were at about 3.1.
Yeah.
Mickey would come in the next day and say, I guess I got to pitch a shutout, guys. You scored all the runs for Denny yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Tom, it's great to meet you. We welcome here to Wyoming Lee. I know they're starting to line up for autographs out there. So we appreciate you taking the time and making the trip over here, and I know you're always welcome back.
Well, I thank you for your time.
Thanks, Tom. Great to meet you.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
New team.